Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. On behalf of Vishwa Netrutvam, the official Mechanical Engineering Club of VIT Pune, I extend a warm and healthy welcome to each and every one of you. Today, we are here for yet another power packed episode of our flagship podcast series, Engineers Blueprint, a platform where we bring you inspiring stories straight from the mind shaping the future of engineering. And trust me, today's episode is truly special. Why? Because we have with us a seasoned research and development engineer who has carved a remarkable career in the field of compression technologies and product development. Meet Mr. Tushar Chavan, Senior Engineer R&D at Kirloskar Pneumatics, Pune. He is a passionate problem solver, an innovator in industrial compression sector, and someone who has mastered the art of staying relevant beyond engineering domains. Tushar Chavan is a dynamic senior design engineer at Kirloskar Pneumatics, a BTech graduate in mechanical engineering from our own VIT Pune. Tushar blends technical expertise with a strong passion for social impact. Beyond his engineering career, he actively leads the student mentorship program at NGO. We listen and has contributed to NGOs like Bhumi and Nirman. Recognized for his leadership and community engagement, he was honored with the Best on Outgoing Student award from VIT Pune's Mechanical Engineering Department. Tushar's dedication to innovation and social service sets him apart as a leader both in and outside the engineering world. His journey from engineering to R&D, from technical expertise to product innovation has been nothing short of inspiring. And today, here he is here to share his experiences, insights, and advice with all of us. So let's give a huge round of applause and welcome Mr. Tushar Chavan.
Yes. Thank you, Viren. Thank you, team. So first of all, I would like to thank Team Vishwa Netrutvam. So it's been glad for me to come back again. Like we have started this initiative 2 to 3 years back when I was in college. So I'm really glad to be back here with this series of podcasts. Yes.
Yes, so even we are fortunate to have you as our guest. So without any few further ado, let us start with the questions. So my first question to you, Tushar, is can you tell us about your engineering journey so far? How did you get started in engineering and what inspired you to pursue this field?
Okay. So before answering that question, I would like to give brief about you. Even you have given, but still. So yeah. So as you have told, so I'm usually from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. So a brief background for the audience. So my journey started like just all of you. Like there is not a such as magical story or exaggerated version of it. So just like everyone in our society, like post our matriculation exam, those who have good grades generally they take science. So for similarly, I have taken science for that, and the most primarily field of students pursuing science is basically engineering. So just like that, have like even like we have kept hearing about engineering marvels and everything like that. So since childhood, there was something about engineering. I was hearing from my neighbors or like relatives or friends or even my cousins were pursuing engineering. So there was just a glimpse of it, but I haven't like there is not a exaggerated version of it. So it's all basically like that. So in 2019, I came to VIT. Uh, I opted mechanical engineering. So there is not such as a story behind it. Like it just like we apply for various colleges, and I took VIT. The moment when I took VIT, so there was such a like there was a thought that let's do something like in my school. I didn't get more opportunity to do many things like that I have done in my college. Like my school was a typical like a school which was more aligned to studies only. So there was not much of sports or let's say extracurricular activities. It was a really small school in a typical let's say just if we compare to Pune Koregaon Park area like N1 Sidco in Sambhajinagar, the audience can relate if they are from Sambhajinagar. So that was my school name is St. Lawrence Marathi School. So it was a Marathi school. I completed my 10th standard from there, and thereon I came to VIT. So there was just a thought that I would do many things. I may get to do many things, and that has happened that way. I got many opportunities in VIT with student clubs or the sport teams. Even at the department level, we participated. I participated in many events like be it sports or technical competitions or all the things happening at that time. So it was a good thing. So behind taking engineering was not a very solid thought. Eventually, I got ahead with it, and fortunately for me, it was a great journey till now because I've got opportunities to do many things at collegiate level, and even after graduating, even at my let's say professional level in my company Kirloskar Pneumatic, I'm getting various opportunity to work with the senior management level, good R&D projects. So I would give credit to the whole journey. So there was not a such solid thought behind choosing engineering, but even after coming that I have managed to do, or I would even go ahead with apart from that I have got enough opportunity to do well in it. So that's how I would answer it. Yes.
Your answer is very much relatable to all of us, and we hope that we also land up in a place somewhere similar to you.
Hmm.
Yeah. Moving on to the next question. How was your experience as a senior engineer at Kirloskar Pneumatics? And
Okay,
how
so
has it shaped your understanding of product development? Sorry to
yes,
interrupt.
yes, yes. Okay. So just giving a brief of how I landed upon that role. So in the final year of our college, there is a internship module, right? So even the third year guys could relate that the companies start to come at the just say at the start of your sixth sem, or let's say at the end of third year. So I got this internship at the like the exams were over. So at the beginning of last year's first sem, let's say seventh semester. So I did a whole year internship at Kirloskar Pneumatic, that particular in R&D section. So I was really like I was really fortunate to have good colleagues with me, like all of my friends. So we were total students of like from VIIT and VIT. We were a total pool of let's say 15 students doing UG internship in Kirloskar Pneumatic. So out of them, actually they offered me this role directly from let's say student intern to the senior engineer role. So actually I skipped the GET phase. So I directly landed upon this role because of let's say due to my work performance, like due to the performance in the internship. So I was fortunate to get directly this role at Kirloskar Pneumatic. So that was the first thing. So the experience till now is really great. Like you would be amazed that my first project was really was not related to any mechanical technology. So it was related to programming. So I was fortunate to get a project like where I developed a tool for sizing and selection of compressors. So that was a really unique project. And after ending that project, I got like the typical mechanical project that we call them, like designing products and all that. So my journey started with basically from softwares, which is really strange. Like um, what we expect from core mechanical technologies to get the projects related to mechanical engineering stuffs. But I started with my journey from let's say software side, and then slowly I moved. So as I moved, I got some projects like the first project was related to the upcoming technology like hydrogens, like we are all saying about it. So my first project was related to that, and since then I'm working upon reciprocating compressors. So my core domain of working right now is reciprocating compressors. So I'm working with mostly gases like hydrogen, CNG, let's say biogas. So my core domain of working with new product development is currently revolving around the gases, mostly related to fuels, and I also do stuff related to that. So that's it. And currently the thing about product development is I'm still learning. So I've just started with it. So it is a wide horizon. So mostly students, or let's say people, relate product development with some sort of products. But product development is a generalized process. It can be with a software company, it can be with a core company, or it can be with a service company. So mostly we relate product to a sort of, let's say, solid thing, or let's say some sort of product. But product development is a process related to developing something out of very, like, there are lots of things that goes behind product development. So even a even a seasoned person having a, let's say, 10 to 15 years in product development is still learning about product development. So I am just around 2 years, like, in this particular stuff. So even I can't say that I have got lots of insights about it. But it's a initial phase. I'm still learning about it, and it's a good domain to be part of, because in product development you get opportunity to interact with marketing, you get a opportunity to interact with the quality, you get a opportunity to interact with almost every horizon of a organization you are part of, because lots of inputs goes when product development, and then out of that a product, let's say, a product comes out. So it's a really good experience till now. And if someone aspires to be in the field of product development, so it's a really good domain to be part of, I would say.
Your transition from an engineering student to a professional was really
Okay.
inspiring. Yes. Now moving on to the next question. What challenges have you faced in the field of new product development, and how do you stay motivated to innovate?
Okay, so just as I've said earlier, the product development is a really wide horizon, and it depends upon the product, like how depth that product is need to come out from that process. So it is totally dependent upon that. So the initial challenge was to learn the process itself, how the product development works, because from like, it's a totally new horizon, and even people, just as I've said earlier, even people having 10 to 20 year experience are still learning the process of product development. So the main challenge was to learn the process, how that product development goes, then to collect the inputs from all the, let's say, domain related to that particular product. So that's what the first initial challenge. And and the continuous changes that goes in the process. Let's say I would just give an example. So I was doing let's say 3D modeling for a particular project which was just ended 2 months ago. So every time there was a review for that particular project, so there was lots of changes in that particular 3D model. So every time I have to go back and then bring that changes into that. So even if one component changes, all the sort of component related to that particular, let's say, assembly was used to change. So it was really irritating at sometimes. So you have to be patient during that process, you have to be really persistent with that process. So these are the few challenges that I have come across till now. I'm still learning. Just as I've said, product development is a really wide horizon. It's a really in-depth process. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to be persistent with that, and that's how the challenges I have faced till now. And it's a really good. It's a really good field. It's a really challenging task at sometimes. Maybe it's irritating at sometimes. Maybe draining sometimes. But at the end of the day, you are really satisfied with what I have what I have. Everyone goes through that process. What comes out in the end. So it's a really good process to be part of.
One important thing we can take away that your senior colleagues, including you as well, have this habit of continuously learning from the processes and
Yes, yes, yes.
mistakes. Yeah.
Even that is inculcated. Inculcated in the
Yeah.
organization itself. Even I would give credit to my team first of all.
Correct.
So even my colleagues, like, I'm really fortunate that one of my manager is a MTech pass out from our institute, VIT itself. So he's a MTech graduate of our college batch of 2020. Even when I joined as an intern, at that time our head, Mr. Deepak Pawar, he was also a MTech graduate of our college. He was around 1990 batch. So lots of people have come out from VIT, even at UG as well as PG level, and they are really support you when, like, to everyone, not just people coming out from VIT. They are very supportive to all of the people around them, and that's how the journey goes on. Even during my college level, I was very really fortunate to have good seniors around, to have good my friends around. Uh, at some point of time, their helps, their supports, their encouragement also have helped. Even the professor also. So it's a really good journey. Lots of people come in, they give you some suggestions, they suggest some improvements, and the journey goes on. And it is not about myself. Even all of you present here or would be watching later, they are also having the same support, and it really helps. So I would give credit to all of them rather than me. Yes.
I am from second year, and I myself am very fortunate to have seniors from Vishwa Netrutvam. They're very supportive.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Now let us go in deep into the engineering segment. So the question is, what essential skills do you believe students need to develop in order to succeed in core engineering industry?
See, whenever we not just core I'm talking about, whenever we talk about engineering, or let's say particular engineering domain, it is a pretty knowledge based domain. We have to first understand that. Even whenever you have to do something in engineering domain, your basics need to be really clear. So if we take example of mechanical engineering, let's say you are trying to planning your career in core engineering, or let's say any domain, your basics must be really clear. Let's say if you want to land in R&D department, so all of your subjects related to mechanical engineering, let's say thermodynamics, machine design, or whatever the subjects you learn, your basics first of all needs to be really clear. Because whatever the things are you are going to do, or whatever the things are currently built upon, the basics are need to be pretty clear and precise. So that's how your foundation should be, and upon that foundation you can extend your horizons. So first of all, my suggestion would be to clear your basics, and then to learn things upon that. So if you start to learn some, let's say XYZ software, let's say ANSYS, you take example of it. So you need to be clear about materials, you need to be clear about the machine design, you need to be clear about the whatever the goes behind that software, and then you can apply. So first of all, you need to be have some like basic knowledge about the subjects, and then you have to be good about applying them, you know. So it's not just about gathering things, it's about applying them also. So you must be good at learning things. Just as I've said earlier, you have to be just adapting, learning as many things as possible, and then applying it in your work. So you can be a part, not just R&D, you can be part of production, you can be part of quality, you can be part of supply chain management. So whatever the basics you need to collect first, and then you need to apply. So these are the two important things that I feel students should learn and keep adapting.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
telling us what are the essential skills needed. Moving on to the next question. How can students bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical industry requirements
Yes.
whilst they are still in the college completing
Yes,
their
yes. I
graduation?
think this is the most important question of this session. So even though we have gathered for other things, but this is the most important question. So whenever we talk about bridging the gaps between academia and, let's say, industry, so you might have also come across that people are talking that students don't have the, let's say, there is a pretty much gap between what is taught in colleges and what there are in the industry. So the best thing to do is that to do internships. So even students come to me, so I suggest them that if possible, you can do a long year internship, or you can do both semester internship in your final year. So doing that stuff pretty much clears your understanding about the things going on at industrial level and what you learn in academia. So the best thing to bridge gap is to start working, gain some experience in the industry. So that can be with the help of internship, the primary thing that as a student can aspire. That can be doing a industry project with the help of professor, or let's say you can directly go to industries with the help of LinkedIn. There are lots of platforms with the help of alumni networks. They can offer you some projects. So with doing that, with doing this sort of processes, or let's say following this paradigm, the bridge between industry and academia can be reduced to a precise level, or at some point of time. And I'm that optimistic enough that every college, or let's say VIT, is pretty much ahead with that. So colleges can, or industries can, just directly tie up with the departments of the college, like they have in our college, to offer some projects to the students, so that industry can check the students, and students can see how what things are going on. So that I feel students should be approachable. Students should approach industries. Industry should also approach students, because a lot of things that are done, like if they offer some project to students, students have different thinking from their employees, so that can also help. But from student point of view, having idea about what going on at the industry level and what they are doing at their in academia, that can really help. So the most effective way can be doing internships, and if not, having some projects related to industry area, that can help at a tremendous level, according to me.
So reaching the shop floor is what
Yes.
will bridge the gap between theoretical and
Not
practical industry.
not typically. Yes, whenever we say shop floor, na, the meaning is that you should see how the things are actually working in the industry. Like whenever we, let's say for example, design engineering. So
Correct.
the most aspect of design engineering, like we do all the things on computers, let's say on Excel sheet, on paper, etc., etc. But there are lots of things which are not on that, not noted on that. Whatever the textbooks you read, whatever the procedure you follow, there are some things which are pretty different on the ground. So so let's say, so whenever so I work upon with like various gases. So if even if you take example of adiabatic index, that lambda 1.4 value, you must have come across in thermodynamics. But actually that value varies upon the density of gas, the flow of gas, the temperature of gas. So such things that are really variable in the real time, but that are there in the some times ago, that was there in the textbook, but that doesn't help in that matter. So the meaning of going to shop floor is actually seeing the things how they are manufactured, talking to the guys who are working with them, taking inputs from them, and then working upon your design. So it is a reiterative process, and having observation on in live helps really well in design, or in, let's say, in any procedure, let's say in any horizon of engineering, not just related to code. So that is actually a meaning of working on shop floor, or going to shop floor.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Moving on to the next question. What technical and soft skills have been the most valuable in your role as a senior engineer at Kirloskar Pneumatics, and how can students work on acquiring them?
Yes, yes. So the first and priormost thing that helped me to actually get that internship was really, you would be surprised, at programming. So my project was particularly, they wanted to do some programming stuff in their working process, and I was really adequate with the Python programming. So that's how I landed up with my internship role. So even the things that are not in your, let's say, typical scope of mechanical engineering, that can really help in your actual field of work, because the engineering streams are getting, let's say, they are getting adaptable now. They are changing day by day. So you should be also changing your let's say particular sets of technical skills. So as far as engineering domains are concerned, if you are really trying to get in R&D, or let's other stuff, so you should be, as I said, you should be pretty much clear with your basics knowledge, or basic stuffs of all the subjects that you're having. That's the first and the prior most technical skill. I would consider it as a technical skill. So that is the first and prior most technical skill you have. Apart from that, there are particular softwares that are used in let's say engineering domains, let's say mechanical engineering, like 3D CAD software, ANSYS. Having knowledge about ANSYS and hypermesh is a plus, because that software require expertise. which I feel having at undergraduate level is a plus. Even if you not have that expertise, having a slight experience of it is a really good plus. Because at college level, the use of softwares like ANSYS is just a beginner's level. Because we can't have that much of inputs to do things upon that, but having a general knowledge of it really helps in your work. But a good and sound knowledge about 3D modeling software is a plus and is a must have. So the technical skills can be basic knowledge about all your subjects. Softwares like let's say all 3D software. You can take any 3D software and you can be master at it, because all the rest of the commands are really the same. I would just take an example. So in college we use mainly SolidWorks, right? We use SolidWorks. Most of us use SolidWorks. But SolidWorks is a software which is really rarely used in industry because it is a costly software. So most of the industries use Autodesk, or most of the industries use Creo. So I would so whatever students that have interned me under me, like I was glad to have them. So I have just told them that Fusion 360, yes, that is one of them. So you can have, so I would suggest them you can use different software for different projects. For one project, you can use Autodesk Inventor. For one project, you can use Creo software. For one projects like Kashish have answered that you can use Fusion 360. For other, you can use SolidWorks. Let's say for one project, you can try, apart from 3D modeling, you can try ANSYS. So that is a really good idea to try things at UG level, because anyway, whenever you go into your professional work, things aren't going to be as you expected, because there are particular procedure related to company. They have their own process set, and you have to be adaptable so that you can get into that. So that is related to technical skills. And related to soft skills, the first and the priormost thing I would say, communication. So you might have come across this word in many places, or that is a buzzword now, communication. But the crux of communication, I'm here. Like communication is the way to like say your things, like whatever the ideas or whatever the suggestions you have. Communication is a bipolar medium. It is a duplex. So it's not just about conveying things, it is about hearing or accepting things as well. So it is a duplex medium. So you must be really good at it, because if you are not good at it, it's really difficult in the initial phases. When you get a seasoned campaigner in corporate, that is pretty much easy to communicate. But it is all about in the initial phases. Whenever you have good communication skills in the prior phases, it becomes easy for you to get ahead. So the communication can be prior skills, and all the rest of the skills that you learn day in and day out, like uh, preparing good Excel sheets, that is a really plus advantage. Having a good handle at creating presentation, even if you consider them as a really not of much importance, but having a good handhold at them really helps. Because uh, in the end you are going to, most of the time in industry or in any corporate are going to it is a lot of great help, because most of the work happen on them. So there is a really plus point having a great handhold at them, because you can do that things quickly then, and you can have a lot of spare time so that you can work upon other things. So these are the technical and soft skills I feel that is really much important when you get into the corporate, as let's say, to be precise.
So a combination of technical and soft skills is what the industry
Yes,
actually
yes.
requires. So
Needs.
having the technical skills, you have to be able to present it and
Yes,
let
yes, yes.
people know
Because
your
most of the time, even like students, like I will tell you,
yeah.
students, you must have also observed, like I don't know. I'll just tell you. Okay, so whenever the placement scenario comes now, like you are in second year, but the final year students, or let's say third year students, can relate to it. Like some guys that were not that technical enough in their curriculum, but they somehow managed to get placements because of their soft skills. Like final year and third year students can relate to it, because they were able to convey their ideas in that particular interview or GD particularly well, rather than the students those who had a good technical skills but they lack some communication skills. So that is a pretty much case you would observe even in the placement scenario, and even post after that. Even post after that, those who have a good handhold at communication, good handhold at presenting ideas, prosper very well than the students who lacks. I don't say that they don't have that, but there is a process. You need to practice them. You need to be good at it. So to be good at it, you need to practice that. So doing that things at college level is a great medium, because there is no it is a win-win situation in college. You are not going to be judged for it. There is not of loss that you can be like in college level, even if in your like in your academics or curriculum, having a good handhold at these particular stuffs really helps, and it is a win-win situation. Even if you go bad at sometimes, there is a not much loss that you are going to have at college level rather than at a corporate level. So it is a good ground for you to be playing at collegiate level, so that it can help for you. It can be a great help for you in the corporate level.
Yes, thank you so much. Moving on to the next question. In the rapidly evolving field of mechanical engineering, how can students stay updated with the latest industry trends and technologies?
Yes, it is a really good question. Really good question. So, see, as I've said earlier, so whenever we talk about mechanical engineering, so people are mostly revolving around core subjects, particular softwares, like just I told earlier, that are really important. But along with that, you need to be adaptable. As I've said earlier, you need to be having some sort of knowledge about the upcoming technologies like AI, all the things that are coming. Like just I said, I started my journey in KPCL with a programming project. So even if I tell anybody that I've started my journey in a core engineering with a programming project, that is not a surprising thing right now. But if I tell this thing to the seasoned campaigner who has started his journey 10 to 15 years ago, he would be really surprised how you have started it. So the things are currently changing. So you need to be aware about what are the technologies that are coming, not just related to mechanical engineering, related to overall engineering domains. So you should not restrict yourself to a particular field of mechanical engineering. You should be adaptable. You should be have a learning attitude for learning things as much as possible. Like for example, in our R&D work we use chat GPT a lot. So if you would be surprised that that is a really good tool. That is a really excellent tool if used properly. Okay, so even for generating some, like let's say for doing some rough calculation, I'm saying you can't rely on it completely, but for doing some rough calculation, for doing some project reports, I really use chat GPT. Even for some keywords, like it gives really precise information. You just need to be aware about its accuracy. But such tools are really taking the shape right now, and it is going to be there in the, let's say it is going to be adding more extra edge to the careers of all of the engineers out there, not just related to mechanical engineering. So you should be adaptable, you should be learning, you should be aware about what are the technologies coming in let's say future. Try to include them in your projects. Try to show them that we have used particular this AI tool, let's say in CAD modeling. Right now, even CAD modeling software also using them. So today, some of our colleagues went to Autodesk event like Autodesk Fusion 360. So they have currently they are using AIs in 3D modeling. So lot of the commands are generated with the AIs now. Even the some of the latest version of ANSYS, you would found that the all the meshing is done manually. That the software does the meshing manually, like automatically with the help of AI. So such things you need to be really adaptable with it. You need to be continuously learning, and that can really help in a long term. So that's how I would answer the question.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
You have pretty much answered the next question as well, but maybe you can answer it in short
Yes. Yes.
once again precisely. The question
Hmm.
is, how important is interdisciplinary knowledge in the core engineering field, and what additional areas should students explore beyond their primary domain?
Yes. So I feel this is a really good question because whenever we talk about engineers, we are really concerned about our technical knowledge and all. Even when students come to me, like most of them come to me, they talk about technical roles, like, so you should be adaptable to whatever the opportunities you get. And I would give an example. So uh, just a few months ago, there was one exercise in our company. So that was a project called Project Foresight, where they took ideas from the employees and they can present the ideas in front of the management so that they can implement at the company level. That was the open platform, just like hackathons we have in software companies. So it was just a basic hackathons, but having some knowledge about, let's say, um uh, having some prior experience about, let's say, pitching. Like there most of the competition happening at VIT level are related to hackathons. So having a previous knowledge about hackathons, my project related to CNG stations recently got selected at Kirloskar, and that is going to be implemented. So such things really helps. So that was not project related to my domain. Actually, I was from R&D, and I managed to secure a marketing project even when I was not from the marketing domain. So having knowledge apart from your, uh, let's say, domain really helps at some point of level. So I just prepared a good presentation, managed to answer the questions really well at those particular rounds because having some experience, same experience at college level. So when you participate in hackathons or such, even I was part of Baha, team endurance racing. So they have also managed to secure cost award in the last two competitions. So even though at your time you didn't manage to secure award, but whatever the work we had done at that time, that is helping the team right now. So it is not about like having the success at that particular point of time. That helps the people who are coming behind you. So such things really helps. I'm not just talking about, let's say, for the sake of talking. It has happened. So I've observed people, let's say, that came, uh, like, uh, when I graduated from the college, that they have done really well. Whatever, not just me, but the people around us that have we have done at that time. It is mostly related to clubs, let's say clubs, or what are the students that were in contact with me. So I would say being in contact with the people that will help you through that is also really important. That is called networking. Let's say alumni connect or networking, that really helps. So having a good having a good perspective, having good observation skills, having an, let's say, what we can say, they say common sense or street smartness. Street smartness can be a really good word for it. So being a street smart can really help you in many ways, like in many domains. You can't have an idea how that thing can come up and it can help you. So being street smart is a really need of the hour right now. So it includes everything. It includes your presentation. It includes your overall physical presentation, or let's say your way of presenting things, your way of doing things. It includes everything. So that's how I would sum up the question.
Yes, thank you so much, and congratulations on selection of your project.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you. So yes. So that is a project. That was project related to the things I'm working upon. So I
correct.
work upon CNG compressors. So
Yeah,
basically, you must have, so whatever the fuel station, CNG station you would go in your area, you will see the Kirloskar compressor. Even if you go, you can check. So I work upon that CNG compressor, developing that. So I was having idea, why not commercialize it? Why not company can have the fuel stations that will have their own set of things? So I pitched up that idea and eventually that got selected. So total 5 ideas were selected, and I was fortunate to have my idea got selected. So right now I'm really fortunate to work with Mr. Amon Kirloskar, who is our vice president and also our fellow son of our chairman, Mr. Rahul Kirloskar. So he's my mentor right now.
Yes, that's a big achievement. Congratulations
Yes,
once
yes,
again.
yes,
And
yes.
yes, moving on to the next question. What role does hands-on experience play in preparing for a career in the core industry? And how can students gain this experience during their studies?
Yes. So the most important thing that I've talked earlier uh, of getting that things hands-on is the best way is internship. So you can do it. So right now they are started in like people. Most of the people do internship in their summer time as well. So at that time I was not that wise enough. So I was also not that perfect in my college time. I would be really honest. uh, there is a like in my college time I was not that wise enough, but right now people are you people are really smart. So I've observed some people doing internship in their summer time as well, like in summer of, let's say, their second year, in summer of, let's say, their third year. So in final year you have to do it compulsorily, but even after that you can have summer small summer internship through your alumni connect, through your LinkedIn. Somewhere you can get some handhold experience. Maybe it may be not related to just your technical domain, but some sort of work experience. So I would tell you, before doing internship at Kirloskar Pneumatic, I worked in an NGO for 2 months for their CSR projects. So that is a really good story behind it. So I landed up to that role from my presentation of Go Green. So we were presenting our department for Go Green, I guess, in 2022. Yes. So we won that current duct, mechanical department won that current duct. So at that time, so we were presenting for Go Green, and in that panel there was that guy from Bhumi, Hitesh. So post that presentation, he called me and he asked me what you do, how, because from previous to that workshop, I have just come from Nirman. So I will tell you about Nirman in a brief. So I have just come from a workshop called Nirman, and there I have come across a few things about social. So I was also part of Social Welfare and Development Committee (SWD). So I was having some good idea about it, but Nirman clear many things about social work for me, and that was reflected in that presentation. So me and my colleague Samruddhi Patil, so she's a graduate of 2024. So we both presented our idea really well, and unfortunately we were runner up because we failed to we failed to complete our presentation. So we were just able to present only 9 ideas, and in Go Green you might have know that you have to present your whole 10 ideas, and you get judged upon that. So that is a different particular topic. So he asked for me to come for internship in that particular post that presentation. And so I worked in Bhumi for 2 months. So you would not believe, in that 2 months of internship, I got opportunity to visit the most, like, what you can say, the many IT companies like Mastercard, NTT, BNY. So I went to their offices in Yerwada, uh, Pune, Business Wala Bay, Yerwada. So in all those offices, I conducted CSR events for the employees. So even that was not related to any at all my domain, whatever I am currently doing right now, but that enhanced my, let's say, what you can say, community management skills, or let's say communication skill, or few budgetary skills, because I have to submit the budget to the NGO. What are the things needed right now? Talking to the spokes from the company, how we are going to arrange the things and all, and some sort of related to social things as well, because we were working with NGOs. So such things also help. May not be related to NGOs, but I would suggest you first start off, or you should be preferable about your first priority of your careers. It is really not a bad idea that you should be pursuing in the career in the technical domain as well. So it is not mandatory at all, because if you have some other interests and you feel that you can do really well in that, just go for it. That there is really not any, let's say, my other friends have landed up jobs in technical domains, and how should I pursue the domain which I have not continued till now. That's not about it. If you feel confident, if you have a good let's say intention behind it. So that guy also offered me a role for full time Bhumi at Bhumi. So when I completed my, let's say, first semester, I was having two jobs, one from Kirloskar Pneumatic and one from the NGO. So I chose Kirloskar Pneumatic at that time due to some, let's say, I thought that NGO is my long time thing. So let's say whatever the thing I have learned now, let's apply them. So that's why I started with Kirloskar Pneumatic first. And yes, so I have some plans working with NGOs, but that is the later part of my, let's say, career or thinking thought process. So that's how the having great handhold or having particular experience about some things really helps. It may or may not be related to your uh, particular things that you're doing right now, but in some sort of forms, they really help in the long time. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. And you have given us a good insight on what we need to prepare on and what the industry needs.
Yes.
So now let us dive into the non-engineering field for you
Yes.
and more into the college life. Some few questions on that. So the
Mhm.
first one is that as the best outgoing student of mechanical
Mhm.
engineering department for 2022-23, what does this
Mhm.
recognition mean to you, and how has it motivated you to continue excelling in your professional and personal endeavors?
Yes, yes. So actually, it means a lot. Definitely, it means a lot. But rather than celebrating the thing that have got that award, I really emphasize upon the process, or let's say the things that have gone behind to, let's say, get that award. See, so there are lots of things that went behind, like whatever the things that were there to help me to get that award, that has really meant to me rather than the award. Even if I haven't got that award, that wouldn't have hurt me. But if the processes that went behind that didn't have happened to me, I would have been felt really bad. So first of all, that award means to me. But whatever the people, whatever the conditions, whatever the things that has helped me to get that award really means a lot to me. That may be my conditions, my seniors, fellow professors, the people like Hitesh who was not there in college, the programs like Nirman, or all the rest of the things that has come across, or all the rest of the conditions that have been there. That meant to me a lot than the best outgoing student award. Because see, the nature of the award is such that you need to be you need to have let's say uh, more than one thing. You can't get simply the award just because you are really excelling in your academics. So there is such award, like if you are a college topper, you get a topper medal. But if you are having more than one aspect just than the academics, uh, you are eligible for that. So being eligible for that award really means a lot to me. But rather than the award, what are the conditions were there, what are the people were there that came in my that journey, what are the conditions that came, that means a lot to me rather than the award.
So the dialogue is hence proven right that the journey is more beautiful than the
Important than the destination.
destination.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely true. And
Yeah.
that is really helping me in the professional journey as well.
Yeah.
So that teaches you that you should be patient enough. You should be having belief on your own abilities. You should also believe on the people around you. That is also important. It is not just believing upon yourself, it is also believing about the people around you, that they are suggesting you something, they are going to suggest you something, you should suggest them also. So it is a to and fro journey. It is a to and fro process. So yeah.
Yes, moving on to the next question. How have your extracurricular interests,
Yes, yes.
like college clubs, trekking, cricket
Mm-hmm.
umpiring as well, state
Yes.
level cricket,
Yes.
influenced your professional
Mhm.
journey in terms of problem solving,
Yes.
leadership, and teamwork?
Okay. So out of which the only thing that had before my college was cricket. So rest of all the things that have you mentioned that has come after after the college. So previously I was just playing cricket. So I was fortunate to play many state leagues like the Maharashtra Cricket Association that is in Pune. So I'm from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. So I was fortunate to play at some sort of state level tournaments like under 14, under 16. But post 10th, like due to studies, I just got away from cricket. Like some sort of condition, I went away. But even after going away, I continued with umpiring. So even right now, I'm a part of our district association of umpiring in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. So I do sometimes go there and umpire. Even in my company, I take part in cricket. So cricket was there anytime. Anyway, it is there from my school times. So I've played. I've captained my team, school team. Even in college as well. We have managed to in my like whenever I was in college, we were managed to win a few tournaments few tournaments like COP says. So there was cricket was there since my childhood. But the things that has come in college are trekking because that has started in college because in Pune, if you see, there are lots of mountains and all around. So whenever there was holiday, so the interest has started from there. Extracurricular activities, I would credit the environment of clubs in VIT. So even when I came in college in first year, so I saw there are lots of student clubs where I can get where I can engage. So I engaged with Pi editorial board initially in my first year, and then later on I just engaged and engaged and engaged. Then came Trident Labs, then VH was one, then cricket team was one, then Vishwa Netrutvam in my final year, SWD was one, team endurance racing. So as part of almost 4 to 5, what we can say the prominent club of VIT, and that has helped like to engage my interest or let's say to generate my interest in extracurriculars, not just extracurriculars but co-curricular as well. So I took part in some hackathons. We managed to win some. Then in the SIH as well, Smart India Hackathon, we were managed to go to the third, let's say, so third to fourth level. So that has helped to generate my interest. So cricket was there from initially from my school days, but the later activities had just happened post coming in the college. So I would just give credit to the VIT or let's say people around me that have generated that zeal in me to continue ahead with that.
Yeah, I can relate well because I myself am a district level cricket player. I used to open
Yes,
for
yes.
my team for under 17,
Nice, nice, nice. You should
and
be even
yeah,
even if you even if I got away professionally from you must be knowing that professionally means getting away from playing that MCA leagues. So
yes,
even
yes,
I try to get engaged as much as possible. Even
yeah,
we play at the I'm just recently we won our tournament at the group level. So there was teams from Coel, Kirloskar Pneumatic, Solar. So there was a group level tournament. So second time I was a part of my company team, and we managed to win the cup for the second time. So it's not about just you should be just going away from it. You should be just keep engaging with all the things you love along with your rest of the stuff. So the somewhere I've read that some things are for your bread. So let's say whatever your jobs you are doing are for your bread and butter, but the other things that are there are for your own things, like your for own hobbies. Like that hobbies for me like playing cricket, traveling everywhere. uh, Books is also a very prominent part of my life from school times, but even I've just completed one book translating that would be really published soon in Marathi. So these are the things that is for me, for my own self, and rest of the things that for bread and butter, like the jobs you are doing, the pay that pays our bills and all. So that's how I'm rightly going ahead now. And you should also, I would also suggest you to go from that way. That really helps.
My journey unfortunately stopped due to the engineering exam, entrance examinations, but it indirectly developed a lot of qualities. For
Yes, yes,
example,
yes.
my friends, I was an opening
Hmm.
batsman, and my friends used to ask me that, "Don't you fear the new red shiny ball?"
Yes, new ball.
I used to say that that's a daily routine for me. That's nothing new for
Yes,
me.
yes, yes.
Okay,
So I,
yeah, yeah.
fortunately, I was also opening batsman,
Oh, okay.
and apart from that, I was also sometimes I used to open ball. So you would be surprised that I was opening the new ball with spin because that used to skid through. So even for VIT, I used to open sometimes even batting, and most of the times I opened the bowling as well because that new ball was just skidding through to the left-handers sometimes. But it's a really apart things. So you can continue with cricket. You can right now play at you just second year. You can try. You can get place in the college team. You can play at club level whenever you get into the job. There are also certain teams, certain companies that have really good corporate teams. You can play corporate leagues, and even in spite of that, if that are not, things are not possible, you can anyway get into umpiring. That is a really respected profession to be in. Like umpiring in cricket is at a top notch level. I even haven't imagined that the current person who is a commissioner of Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar was once a GST commissioner, and in 2021 they held one tournament for GST employees, and I was doing umpiring at that time. So every like in umpire, the players call the umpire as sir. So every time he used to come to bowl, he used to call me sir, right arm over, sir, right arm round the wicket. So I was just like I was just 20 years old at that time, just 20 years old, and he was assistant commissioner at that time. Right now he's a commissioner of municipal corporation, Mr. Shrikant. So that's the things that I've gone through to that umpiring phase. So it's really good to have.
Okay, moving on to the last
Yes,
question
yes.
of our interview. Looking back on your journey, so far
Hmm.
balancing a successful engineering career, social work,
Hmm.
and personal passions as well, what is
Hmm.
one piece of advice or philosophy you live by that
Okay.
you want to, what you would like to share with aspiring engineers and young professionals
Yes,
like
yes. So for philosophy, I'm not that much old. Like I'm just might be 2 to 3 years older than you. So I'm not that aged enough for philosophy. But definitely, I would advise or I would suggest you all or whatever the audience that must be watching post this interview, the you should have a learning attitude. So anywhere you are in college, you are in your corporate journeys, you should be adaptable to to learn things. So just there was written in the post itself, being relevant beyond engineering domains. So that means you should not restrict yourself to engineering domains only. So right now, if I talk about myself, I have pretty good opportunities in hospitality sector as well. I have pretty good much opportunity in NGO sector as well. So even if I leave my current work profile here at Kirloskar Pneumatic, I have pretty good much opportunities, except my formal education that I have taken. So you should land up at such place where there must not be any constraint for you to work in the particular domain of, let's say, expertise or domain of life. You should have more than one sort of skill set, and that is going to matter in the times coming ahead. Because if you see the engineering domains or engineering jobs, they are going to be like more of sort of automated with the help of AI. So I'm not saying that the jobs are going to be get cut, but the jobs are going to get the more fragile. There would be very fragile nature of jobs in the times coming ahead. So you should also be as fragile as possible so that you should be relevant in the times coming ahead. So for that you to be relevant at that time, you must be relevant at this point of time. So the main advice for all the audience or for the my dear friends here, you should have a learning attitude. You should be adaptable, and you should try to be relevant, as relevant as possible at that current of time, whenever in future or at current time. So that would be my advice for all the audience, and even the audience that would watch after like whenever this video get uploaded in the YouTube, or let's say any platform.
Thank you so much, and thank you
Yes,
for taking the time to share your insights and experiences with us, and
yes,
your
yes,
expertise and perspectives on pneumatics and engineering at Kirloskar Pneumatics have been truly enlightening. Now let
yes, yes.
us open the forum for doubts for our
Yes,
audience.
yes, I would be really glad to answer the question. So you can ask freely, just a moment ago. You can ask freely. There is no any concern about that question should be related to your, let's say, college life. So I'm not that big guy that I should answer every question around spirituality and all. But that question may be revolving around your placements. Most of the question that I get from the college people is placement that I'm telling you. So they are mostly worried about the placements, but apart from placement, that can be related to your college life or let's say academics or anything you can ask. No problem. And I would be pleased if you all can just turn on your camera so that I can see who all are present in the meeting. Because the nature of is such that I can watch. Okay. Yes, you can ask questions. No problem. Yes, directly type in the comment box, or you can. Yes, yes. So I would be glad if you directly ask. That would be really good for me. So I would get to know people here as well. Yes, you can ask the question. No problem. So the most of the guys here are from which year? Like third year, second year.
They're a combination of second, third,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
fourth as
Mostly
well.
second, third year might be.
Yes.
So I can see final year. I guess Mayuri. I know Mayuri. She is from final year. Atharva is from final year. I guess. Atharva, right? Yes. Okay. Final year. Viren is from second year. So it would be great, Atharva. Uh, we can have an informal session as well. If you are like, you can continue a recording if you want, or we can have a formal, informal session as you wish.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, what an incredible session we have had today. A huge thank you to Mr. Tushar Chavan for sharing his journey, insights, and valuable advice with us. Your expertise in compression technologies, new product development, and career growth strategies have truly been enlightening. A big shout out to our enthusiastic audience for your participation and curiosity. Special thanks to our core team, faculty advisors, and volunteers for making this event a success. Stay connected with Vishwa Netrutvam for more such inspiring sessions. Follow us on social media for updates on upcoming events. Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep pushing boundaries. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.